Hello again, everybody, to Kusog7ande, the Bad Video Game Tournament. Brosencha here, getting ready for the excitement. We've got 2 more matches today, and guess what? We've got a couple matches tomorrow as well. So, you know, it's going to be a busy weekend. Although tomorrow, it looks like we've got about a 2-match gap between the first and the last one. That's fine. I'll figure something out for that. We'll have some fun. Well, I appreciate everybody who has come and supported. We had a few subscriptions recently. Thank you all for the support that you have given. Now, Crappy, take us to the game reveal. That's not Crappy. I don't know what's going on. Well, we have a GM. What else do I say? That's what we've got. We've got somebody choosing a game. Yeah, Knuckle Joe came back. That's right, Meekins. Different Knuckle Joe, but a Knuckle Joe in our hearts anyway. Well, let's go ahead and welcome on in our GM, Donkey Clonk. Wait, that is not right. Wait, did I not do this? Hey, Donkey Clonk, how you doing? Let me go ahead. wait, I can do this. Donkey Clonk. If I make this disappear, and if I make this appear, and if I push this button right here. There! It's all fixed. Hello, Donkey Clonk. How you doing?
Okay, thanks.
Well, good. Yeah. Everybody, just ignore everything that happened there. Remember, Jeff is from the future. Mr. T is from the future. We just had the future bleeding into our present. Are you from the future too, Donkey Clonk?
Not tomorrow future, but still in the time zone ahead of yours.
Oh, yeah. What time is it for you?
10:30 p.m.
That's almost tomorrow. Oh my gosh, I can't believe you're in the future. Yeah, that's a Blahaj, however you say it. Justin was looking at the picture with the shark. What? Lehe? I don't know how to say it. You got the shark. It's a good pick. Yeah. La Brea. You got the La Brea. Good job.
For the reference, blow high.
Blow high? Why does it... you take the blow high and I take the blow low. Wait, no. Let's go ahead and just reveal the game. Well, talking about blow high, I think we're going to have a little bit of that today.
Yeah, this game kind of blows. It blows bubbles. We had Bubble Ghost for Commodore 64.
Oh, I love this game so much. You're killing me, okay? I had a blast when I gave this out, like, years ago. Did I already do all of this that I'm trying to set up? I think I did. Wow, I'm good. Let me actually capture them. Bubble Ghost for Commodore 64. The Game Boy game that came out, a lot of people loved it, but, you know, it's not something that people really experienced on the Commodore 64 too much. I feel like this version has issues. It's not necessarily a quote-unquote bad game in some ways. I actually really like this version a lot, but at the same time, it's very incredibly difficult. And I feel like it fits Kusog7ande. I love it.
Yeah, this fits Kusog7ande. This is the Commodore 64 version is also pretty exclamation point fan.
Yeah, and I feel like it starts out feeling silly, but then when you start getting deeper and deeper into trying to play this game well, it just gets very complicated, and I feel like there's going to be a lot of frustration from the players. With that said, it's Kusog7ande. You gotta expect a little frustration, you know?
Yeah, it's round one. We can give them a game with some merits.
I actually love round one because although a lot of the GMs try to be a little bit kinder, there are times that you just get who knows what thrown at the players, and they just get to deal with it, you know? We're not here just to give you sunshine and lollipops. We're here to give you nightmares as well. Bubble Ghost, though, I'm not sure if it qualifies as a nightmare. It at least qualifies as, you know, maybe a stressful dream. At least a stressful dream.
Yeah, we can go with that.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I'm trying to think. My dream last night, what was it? I was in Mormon underwear. Because occasionally I have weird nightmares about that. Thank you. And what else? What else happened? Oh, I was gonna go... That's right. The Mormons were making me do some volunteer stuff. Yeah, I got forced to do volunteer stuff. Welcome to how dreams work, you know? And then it turned out that I got to go and, like, help people get really cheap food. And I was like, that's actually kind of cool. I can support that. Help and feed people. You know, that's worthwhile. Yeah.
I think one of the few food dreams I can remember involved a maki sushi roll with guacamole.
Ooh, guacamole. Why would you have that in sushi?
Because it's a dream.
That's true. Dreams are kind of amazing. They don't make a lot of sense. But yeah, chat, you're wanting to know what Mormon underwear looks like. Like, Google exists if you really want to know, but no, I'm not going to tell you. Yeah, I'm not part of that. That's a past life. Everybody that comes into my dreams every once in a while. I'm a very different individual, and I no longer wear that underwear. You're not Googling my underwear, Chiron? Good. Because that's not what I wear now. We've got Bubble Ghost. Look at this little ghost. I just love the shape of this ghost because it's kind of creepy. I think we'll have a lot to discuss when we get rolling with this game, though. Bubble Ghost is a game that I gave out, I think, years ago. I believe Dragon Dark was one of the players there. I remember him having to struggle through this, and it was a very fun watch, in my opinion.
Yeah, this it's quite curious this hasn't been revived since Kusog7ande 2.
Kusog7ande, yeah. The thing is, I tried to give this out multiple times, but other people had played different versions of Bubble Ghost, and it was just really difficult to find somebody who was comfortable going into it if other people had played, like, the Game Boy version. Although I think they're different enough. Some of the levels are somewhat similar, just they do not control the same at all. Okay, we're ready! Everybody get all of your ghost and bubble emotes. What else shows up in this game that they should think about? Wind?
Spooky in general.
Oh yeah, all of your scary emotes. Please vote for your prediction in Twitch chat as well, because we're doing the countdown now. Spam those emotes. This music is so cheery for a Ghost game. And honestly, this is my favorite version of Bubble Ghost. It is not the best version, by far, but it's my favorite. And you'll see why.
Oh, by the way, flashing warning in case someone needs to reset.
Okay, let's go ahead and put that up. It looks like Thunder Goo is doing the loading. Is that the flashing there?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's no flashing in game, but because it's Commodore 64, it will flash when it loads.
Yeah, if everybody happens to load at the same time, it could be a concern, so I'll go ahead and put that warning in. So, what is the goal of the game? What do you do in it?
You have to guide the bubble through these spike-filled levels, and you can't touch the bubble. You can only blow on it by holding down the fire button.
Okay. Great. So we are blowing this bubble. You can't push it. If anything touches the bubble, it pretty much pops. So we're just trying to navigate this bubble to the exit in order to beat the stage. Now, I believe that some of the levels do have warps. So how are you dealing with that? Oh, that ghost got mad.
The way I'm doing this is that I'm trying to count the number of levels finished. So if you take a warp, you will end up in a more difficult level.
Ah, okay. Gotcha. And usually we do it based off of the number of levels completed in a single attempt. Yeah, the last time that I did it, I actually just did whoever got to the highest numbered level. If they took a warp, usually there was some little trick in order to get through a warp that was fairly difficult to do. Like, you'll notice one of the stages that there are two different paths that the players can take, and one of them is much more difficult. That's actually, I think, how Dragon Dark won that match, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, everybody, Commodore 64, this is art in action. A lot of the times, back in the day, games like this, graphics were not as sophisticated, It was difficult to make things that were recognizable because of, color palette limitations, because of sprite size limitations. And so a lot of the times you ended up with some very abstract art and ideas. This game actually, I feel like, takes a lot of that abstract nature and still makes sense of it, even if you're just a ghost blowing a bubble around.
Yeah, but it still has some weird elements, like on J Hit you have the guy with a pulsing head.
Oh yeah, look at it. Isn't that the creator of the game? I feel like he put himself in as an object.
Well, it's either that or Vladimir Lenin.
Who's that?
Lenin. You might have heard of
Lenin.
him.
Oh yeah, I've heard of Lenin. Yeah, this is honestly, at its heart, it starts out being a very, almost a golf game. You have to think, where do you want your bubble to go? But then it turns into more puzzle-like as you move on.
Yeah, and...
The sounds! I love them! Oh!
And you definitely need good positioning and timing to get through the level, so it's not a pure puzzle game, it's more of a Lemmings-like action puzzler.
Okay. Okay, so I have now seen a picture of the creator, and that is definitely not him. Let me go ahead and pop it up. So that might have just been Lenin, like you said. Here's a picture of the guy who made this. Yeah. I love the cosmic background, though. That's like... He got on a Zoom call and put that up as his background. It's really good. By the way, we are going to see players restart probably a decent amount because this game is very difficult. J-Hit getting a game over in that hall right there and going back to type initials, not... By the way, this is one of those stages that have... It has multiple ways that you can go. If you time it just right, I think you can get through that star, but it's very difficult.
Yeah, the star is definitely the difficult route, and you will have to go through star if you take the route. That's very, very well done by Meatso. That's one of the difficultest by hall number 6.
Yeah, Neitzel just trying to pay attention to looking around to see what all is in the level. Now, there is a timer. You can see the bar at the bottom running out, and I don't believe it actually affects you in any way other than score. But again, score for something like this can help you get extra lives. They did that a lot with old Commodore 64 games. It's something that I would at least keep my eyes open for. Oh, let's get rid of this guy on my screen. No, go away. Ah. Oh my gosh, I love this. I love the game so much. But yeah, Christopher Andriani is the person who made this, also worked on Bubble Plus, which I personally have not heard of Bubble Plus, but apparently it was an Infogrames game, and it was just an upgraded version of this for the Atari ST and the Amiga. Okay.
Cupel also on screen number 7. Nice.
Yeah, Cupo trying to get through there. Neitzel was the first person to get into the screen, though Cupo had... Yeah, this is Cupo's last life. I feel like we're gonna see a bubble pop in just a second. Oh my gosh! The thing is, like, as soon as you start getting the bubble moving too fast, you're probably gonna be out of control.
Yeah, because you have to go to the other side of the bubble if you want to slow it down.
Yeah, and you also have to, I believe, hold the blow button down and how do you turn?
You hold on the fire button and then it's, I think left and right. Yeah, it's left and right, plus holding to turn clockwise and counterclockwise.
So question, will you always blow before you start turning?
I think so.
Oh, okay. Let me see what Neitzel does here, okay?
Yeah, and there are also elements that you need to blow on, such as fans or candles. You can interact with those.
Yeah, by the way, the company that made this, specifically ERE Informatique, they were one of France's first video game publishers, and put out quite a few different games. They put out Captain Blood. I know nothing about Captain Blood. I've heard about it.
Captain Blood is notorious for being one of the most obtuse games ever created.
Is it an adventure game? It kind of looks like one.
Yeah, it's adventure-ish, but it has space travel elements as well.
Ooh, okay. I mean, space travel can happen in adventure games. Oh my gosh. Everything about this just makes me so happy. Every sound is, like, this is what gives me life. And I also love the random blinking eyes in this house. Like, what kind of mansion is this?
Well, there's a ghost in it. I would suppose it's haunted.
Oh. Well, I think I may have found the Bubble Ghost manual. It was possibly published in the US by Accolade, as far as I can see, for the Commodore 64. So thank you, Accolade, for bringing this to us. If I'm not mistaken, was it Accolade that did Commander Keen?
Commander Keen is not a game I'm familiar with.
What? How are you not familiar with Commander Keen?
Because I was on C64 and Amiga.
No, that was Apogee. Never mind. Okay. Well, okay, you need to play Commander Keen. I think it would be your jam. So here's the story for Bubble Ghost. We're gonna go ahead and be an old man, because I imagine an old man would be telling this to his grandchildren. The crate. How do I do old people? Okay, let's see. Nope, nope, nobody quote me on that. Okay. The crazy inventor Heinrich von Stricker is dead. Or so we thought, until the night watchman told us his fantastic tale of the haunting of von Strichter's old castle. Yes, it's been confirmed. Heinrich's spirit, aka Bubble Ghost, has been seen blowing a bubble throughout the macabre halls of his ancestral home. Your job is to help Bubble Ghost move the bubble through the 35 rooms of the castle, past all of the mad inventions of Von Stinkter. Stinker? Von Stinker. That's it. Von Stinker. Okay. Once the little ghosty makes it through, the haunting will cease. There you go. The haunting will cease once we get all of the bubbles through Von Stinker's.
Needs on screen 8.
Oh my gosh, this audio. I love it. I love it so much. Yeah, the one thing that's a little bit frustrating about this is that, you know, you have to turn, you have to aim, and as soon as the bubble's moving, there's really no good way to get it to stop. So it's better to just go slow. You know, if you need to blow it just a little distance, try to get far away from the bubble so that you don't have as much of an air impact on it. Other people are saying this game is pretty cute.
Yeah, and the game is really precise, so you, even though it's a race, you often have to wait for the bubble to go slow, and then to wait for the bubble to go into the precise position you want. This is a game which requires patience, which can be frustrating in the race setting.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I agree. I would say that if the ghost didn't look the way it does, I would find this cuter. He definitely looks like he helps with preventative measures, I'll say. What? Are you making blowing sounds, Justin? No, he's gonna eat my pizza. I'm sorry, the ghost definitely looks questionable. Yeah, Thunder Goo, or Thunder God. Oh my gosh, that is not Thunder Goo. The D just looks a lot like the O. Okay, Thunder God, having a bit of a hard time with this puzzle. What you have to do, it looks like Thunder God has done it this time, turning the fan off by blowing in the device to the right. Once you do that, you can finish it, and Neitzel on to the next level here. I'm sorry that I have ruined everybody's view of what this ghost is. Oh, all the sounds in here just make me so happy. Wait, Paul S., this is on Steam? Is it the updated version that's on Steam? Because if so, I have to buy this. I love this game. I'm sorry that I have ruined everybody's perspective, but that's, like, as soon as I saw this ghost for the first time, that's all I could think. That's just not the best design for a ghost, in my opinion. Yeah. I don't know. Then again, he could just be, like, the ghost of a hot dog. Like, maybe the guy in this castle really liked hot dogs, and when you die, you become a hot dog ghost. Probably more sausage. Okay, anyways. The game over music is so happy, Donkey Kong. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what do you think about this game? It's on Kusog7ande, obviously. This is a bad video game tournament, but this is also round one, where we tend to give things that can have a little bit more of an enjoyable element to it, you know, a little more on the weird side than necessarily the bad side of Kusog7ande. Do you think that this is that case? Do you enjoy playing this game?
It's a bit too difficult and frustrating for me, and
Okay.
because I was a big C64 guy, it's a real shame to have a C64 game that sounds like this. It's such a waste of the SID chip.
Okay. Not every game has to have the best sounds in the world, though, you know? Not everything can be the next Black Lamp or whatever it was that had green sleeves in it, you know?
Yeah, but the C64, even the German advert game for popsicles had the hottest of jams.
These are ghost jams, though. You've played Undertale, right? You listen to Napstablook's music, right? It's about on this level.
Honestly, that was a case where the fandom put me off from actually checking it out.
Ignore the fandom. Okay, it's definitely worth it. Just do not go and look at the fandom at all. Yeah, honestly, Donkey Kong, I'm gonna go ahead and say I highly recommend it, and I highly recommend not interacting with, like, any of the fandom. Honestly, it's not as toxic as other fandoms out there, but it is still absolutely worth checking out. And if you go and listen to Napstablook's music, there's one that's it's very ghost music. I love it.
J-Hit is the second player past hall number 7.
Very nice. We have a fan here. J-Hit just needs to make sure that he goes and turns it off. Oh, you can go back in previous halls. Very nice. That actually, if you do end up playing the game for yourself and doing warps, that actually is a way to make it a little bit easier on you. Beat the game, or beat the stage in a normal way, and then go back into the hall so that you are, like, halfway through to the quote-unquote warp.
This game also has some pretty neat ad copy.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Bubble Ghost, supernatural arcade action that'll blow you away.
Wow!
Please don't check this box. You'll wake the dead. Within the confines of this cardboard crypt lies the Bubble Ghost, a phantom destined to travel the halls of an eerie castle, forever blowing bubbles. And the only way his wandering soul can be put to rest is if you help him blow his fragile little bubble through 35 trap-laden rooms of this macabre mansion without it popping. But just who is this Puffergeist? Legend has it that the bubble ghost is the long-winded spirit of Heinrich von Stinker, a mad inventor who met his end while testing his now infamous electric bubble pipe in the bathtub. Obviously, his death came as quite a shock. But a bigger jolt was yet to come, for on the night following von Stinker's demise, a night watchman reported seeing a mischievous little spook floating amidst the catacombs of the inventor's derelict old castle, blowing a shimmering bubble in front of him. And now he needs your human hand to complete his breathtaking journey. It won't be easy. Around every corner, in every creepy room, there are fiendish techno traps just waiting to burst your bubble.
Oh,
Spikes,
I love it.
knives, pins, needles, scissors, shears, plus a host of other gadgets, gizmos and ghouls are situated in the most inconvenient places. You will not only need dexterity to gently negotiate the bubble past all of these prickly situations, but ingenuity too. For many rooms in this multi-level madness hold secrets that can keep you from blowing it, so to speak.
Okay, that's pretty good. Yeah, as it turns out, you are playing Von Stinker. You are the ghost of Von Stinker. By the way, Neitzel has made it through the green room and is on to this next one. I don't think this one is quite as much of a challenge. One thing that you'll notice that the players have to learn how to do is essentially take it slow in certain areas. You know, it's better to try to adjust while you're in a big, wide open area than adjust in any other situation. So, you know, if you need, line it up first and then navigate through the difficult areas. Also, if you manage to blow your bubble in a way that it starts going slow in one of the harder areas, then you can get a more precise blow in order to get it through the narrow gaps. So a lot of it is thinking ahead. You got to think ahead what is going to be the best way to approach this. We've got our first star that Neitzel has to go through. This one is required, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and it's really annoying because you need to go fast to get past the star, and going fast is something you don't want to do in this game. Thunder got onto screen 8. That is also good progress.
Yeah, screen 8 isn't too difficult as long as you're patient. Just do not rush it. Just let the bubble float a little bit more, because if you don't, it's gonna pop. It's gonna pop! Oh my gosh, how did you do it, Thunder God? I just love this trumpet that you can blow into in order to get the green head to go away. It's a nice little mechanic. You know, they have multiple blow multiple blow mechanics, I'm gonna say that. Unfortunately, Thunder God did not take the patient approach. You have to be patient. And honestly, you know, Cupo almost through to the green room, unfortunately rushed a little bit and paid the price due to that. Yeah, Donkey Klonk, I've actually got an opinion for you about Undertale. Here's my thought. If I never played Phasmophobia because of the fandom, it would have been completely understandable. I have been to their Discord. It is terrible. Possibly the worst Discord that I have joined. It is horrible. horrible, horrible, and I cannot stand the fans. And yet, I've done speedruns, and I love the game. So
The thing is that the game has been spoiled from here to the Tahiti for me also.
yeah, I guess having it spoiled, if you know most of what is happening, that's understandable. Yeah. Now, the Bubble Ghost fandom is pretty good. Let me be honest. It consists of us two, as well as all of you ghost fiends out there, you know? Hey, if you're a bubble ghoster, raise your hands, everybody.
Oh, Needle managing
Needle!
to thread the needle around the
Oh my gosh!
star.
That was impressive right there. Neitzel. Don't pop. Oh my. I like the flashing monkey. That's a good one. Good spread. As Madi in chat says, the Bubble Ghost fandom is a great example of pop culture, and never have I been so... I don't even know. That's like possibly the best joke today. Mind you, the bar hasn't exactly been set very high, but that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
There are some dad jokes on the ad copy as well.
Oh, good. Ooh. Okay, here we go. Neitzel. Very difficult situation right here. You've got to time the bubble for the laser. It's like Snoopy, you know? Neitzel just taking it slow. That's the right approach. The bubble does keep moving if you don't do anything. So here we go. Yeah, good. And as long as you keep going straight, you should be able to get through this third area here. And yeah, I don't think it's pixel perfect. I think there's 1 pixel worth of wiggle room. But with that said, that's not a lot. Okay, it needs
No, especially not when your control method of blowing is not really precise.
Yeah, Neitzel might be in trouble here. This is very, very close, but there we go. Very good job, Bubble Ghost. Ah, there's the developer. That's him. Yeah, that's right. Everybody, he is here in order to put his head in the game.
Do you think he would be the head developer?
He was the only developer for this version of the game, so yeah. For such a cerebral game, though, you know, it's very important. I don't know. I can't finish that sentence. This is like the Monkey Island joke about how to get ahead in navigation, and then it's actually just getting a voodoo or like a shrunken head into your inventory. It's great. Yeah, y'all thought that sound was just gonna fade into non-existence? Nah, it's back. Oh, the bubble! Neitzel, you let your bubble pop. How could you do that? So, the correct direction to go in order for the easier levels is to the left. Going up is a warp here, but it will not be advantageous for Neitzel to go that direction.
And not with the rules that I set up now.
With the rule set here, for the way that we did it the first time that we had Bubble Ghost on Kusog7ande years and years ago, it would be good to try to go between the stars. All you would have to do is do it once successfully, and probably nobody else is going to beat you. With that said, you have to do it once successfully. So Donkey Clonk, I do see a question in chat. What is the rule set? For those who are showing up a little bit later, what are are the players required to do in this? How is this being scored?
They're trying to complete as many rooms as possible, so if you warp, you skip easier rooms in favor of more difficult ones.
Yep. So it doesn't matter what number of halls they make it to, it matters how many of the halls they complete in a single playthrough. Right now, Needsoul has cleared 15. And we're on to this really annoying sound again. What a joy. Needsoul just trying to blow on different objects to see if they do anything special. One of them did disappear, so that makes it a little bit easier to get through. Yeah, it's always worth, if you're a ghost and all you can do is blow on stuff, blow on everything. Okay? Blow on the guests who are, like, staying the night in the house because they're on a haunted house tour and they'd love that, okay? If you blow down their necks, they're gonna talk about that for years.
Ooh, yeah, the cold chills going down the spine.
Oh, yeah.
That is a haunting classic.
Like, I don't believe in ghosts, but if I become a ghost after I die, I am absolutely gonna haunt. Like, there's no way that you could convince me to rest in peace. No. I'm gonna rest by torturing people, okay? By traumatizing them. That's my ghost prerogative. Yeah, Needsoul on Hall 17, unfortunately, is having quite a few bubble pops. I believe Needsoul did pick up a few extra lives just due to good gameplay and high scores. Unfortunately, this hall is difficult because, yeah, you have to get a good... You have to start blowing while the laser is up and keep the bubble going.
Yeah, the timing on this laser looks incredibly unforgiving.
Yeah. Put the banana in with the kiwi, as you might say, you know? I don't know. Would I be a Shade or an Oni? I'd be a Poltergeist. Okay? I want to throw stuff. I'm not gonna be a Shade. How boring. Then again, like, I don't want to be too obvious that I'm haunting, you know? I want to leave a little bit of an air of mystery. But I feel like a Poltergeist would be a good way to go. You know? Well, there we go, Needsoul, back to the beginning of the game. Honestly, it's okay if players get a game over because that was a solid attempt. Right now, the high bar, I believe, is 16 rooms cleared by Needsoul. J-Hit having a very good push right now, and Kyopo is Kyopo. Yeah. Is having a pretty good attempt as well. Kyopo, though, on his last bubble, I do not believe he has cleared the next room, the green room. But he is taking this slowly. If you see, there's a lot of deliberative action going on here. Now, one important strategy I feel is that early on you do want to go slow in order to learn how to do the rooms. But then if you do end up going back to the beginning of the game, take the early rooms a little bit faster to rack up some points and hopefully get an extra bubble.
That's good advice.
Yeah. You need more bubbles, okay? What is a ghost without a bubble? Just a ghost, not a bubble ghost. Bubble ghost sans bubble, just ghost.
I don't know what happened for J-Hit. Did the game crash? Well, J-Hit is still in second. J-Hit might need to reset.
Yeah, feel free to message him in Discord. Sorry, I would normally be a little bit more talkative, but I just had a big piece of pizza in my mouth. So I didn't want to be rude and talk all weird. So, yeah, it looks like J-Hit unfortunately did get a hard lock. Right there, the game crashed, and I'm gonna have to load it back up. Yeah, what's interesting about a lot of these early games is that occasionally there is some odd issue that will just kick you out. Of course, if it is a tech issue and it comes down to being a very close match between players, we do sometimes give a little additional time for the players to get back into it, and maybe a minute or so would be something to consider. Of course, Neitzel is so far ahead that it probably wouldn't help.
Yeah, but it's pretty close because J-Hit is in second, but only by one screen.
Really? Did J-Hit make it to Hall 16?
No, I mean, third is only one screen behind J-Hit.
Oh, yeah, you're right. So, yeah, it could matter. So, we'll go ahead and keep that in mind. Of course, as we do these Kusog7ande matches, we want to make sure that the biggest thing is that we do want to have a variety of games, and a lot of the times these lesser-known games have some issues that you just do not know about. And we don't want to disqualify a game just because it's gonna maybe crash once or twice. There are some games that crash more than once or twice, and obviously those might not be quite appropriate for Kusog7ande. Thus the Tubin bin that we have set aside for all of those too bad for Kusog7ande games. But this, this game has a lot of charm, and that's the first time in the 2 times that we've had this that I've ever seen a crash like that.
Yeah, there was also the Baby of Kangaroo, which crashed for every single player, so it was equal for all players. Also, Baby of Kangaroo is also a game that takes 2 minutes to get back to where you were, except you die every 10 seconds.
Okay, I'm just letting J-Hit know that we may give an extra minute depending on how close it is, and if there is a reason for us to give that. If the extra minute appears that it may help, I don't want J-Hit to stop playing, We'll just go ahead and let the timer keep rolling for an extra minute. But yeah, I feel like this is one of the situations that it was out of the player's control. A lot of the times, if it is the player's fault that something broke or something crashed, then we do not give any additional time. But yeah, that was completely unexpected that it kicked J-Hit out of the game.
Yeah, especially since the game takes time to load.
Very nice, Cupo. Yeah, the game takes a little while to load. Big Bears, by the way, is saying that this is a classic example of cute game that will probably make you rip your hair out. The thing is, a lot of Commodore 64 games were very difficult. Was there a reason for that, Donkey Klonk?
To make games last longer, same as on every 8-bit system, really.
Yeah, honestly. Like, it's limited what they can actually have in the game, just based off of memory size, disk size, and the difficulty definitely helps add longevity to a game. You don't usually want to pay a decent amount for a video game just to be able to beat it in 15 minutes. That would be very... disappointing, I'd say.
It's also a case where there's no formal game testing. You often don't have anyone except the developer testing the game.
Yeah, and simply put, the developers, after they have played the game so much, even if, it's going to have shorter development time than a lot of modern games, simply put, they pumped out, a lot of companies pumped out games a lot faster because they had to. But, if it's just the developer doing testing, they've played the game enough that they know all of the mechanics and all of the physics. Ha, Neatsall, your bubble popped, but that was 7 bubbles going into Hall 12. I think that's the first pop that we've had this attempt. So Neatsall could possibly make a new personal best. He would just have to beat room 17. Yeah, other people are saying that sometimes a port couldn't be made with access to the original source code or other resources. This game did eventually appear on Game Boy. I believe this was the first version of the game to come out. If I am not mistaken. Because I'm showing that this was July 1988 and Game Boy came out in 90, so a couple years later. I do not believe that the developer of this game worked on this game for the Game Boy. I'm not sure this was the first version, though. July for this, Amiga came out a month later. The Amstrad CPC may have come out around the same time as this. But yeah, a lot of the times everything got recoded from scratch just so that it could get released. Now, of course, there were multiple computers that used BASIC as a code. Well, was Commodore 64 just straight up BASIC for coding?
BASIC was absolutely useless because of how slow it runs, because Microsoft wrote the BASIC engine. Pretty much everything was made in assembly.
Wait, this was made in assembly?
Everything on the C64 was.
Really? Okay. Well, I was just thinking, like, there are a bunch of Atari ST and Atari 800 games that were in BASIC. But yeah, if Commodore 64 ended up using assembly, that would be a nightmare to get this working.
Also, 6502 assembler is quirkier than some other processors, but that's getting too technical.
Okay, that's fascinating, and I feel sorry for anybody who had to make video games using assembly. That is, like, in general, so people know, assembly is generally, like, the one step between a programming language and binary. Most things will compile into assembly, and then that's translated into binary. You can program straight in assembly, but it's much more difficult to understand and to make sense of. And anybody who can do that, like, is a wizard. I gotta be honest, okay? You assembly developers, you are wizards. Because there's very much a limited amount of what you can do per line of assembly. It's not sophisticated. By limited, of course, you can technically make any modern video game using assembly. But are you going to be able to these days? Probably not. I do not imagine any video game developer dips into assembly very much these days.
Even in the late 90s, some DOS and Windows games were written in assembly for performance reasons. Roller Coaster Tycoon was written in assembly, Sid Meier's Sid Meier's Alpha Centauri was written in assembly.
What?
You don't know about Roller Coaster Tycoon being written in assembly?
I had no
That's
idea.
been a meme.
Well, I don't know the assembly memes, I'm sorry. Sorry, I play Undertale. Ooh, somebody, BV728 in chat is saying Alpha Centauri was mostly in C, but with inline assembly. I can sort of understand having a little bit of a combination of that, like when a programming, because programming languages are higher level languages, oftentimes they specialize in certain areas, but other areas they can fall a little bit flat. And I do not know enough about computer science to really tell you why or what certain specialties are, but that makes sense that if you need something more specialized than what C can handle. Justin just showed me something really gross, and I'm not going to look at that anymore. If you need something more specialized than what C can handle, then assembly would probably be the way to go about it. It's gross, but heck.
Needs to getting back to screen 17 and dying on it again.
Yeah, and some egrets, I think, is completely right that occasionally you're going to see modern programs use a tiny bit of assembly just in case, because it does it a little tiny bit better. But it's not going to be a super common thing. Anyways, yeah, you're right. Needsoul had a fantastic push there, but look at J-Hit, Hall 12 right now. J-Hit is just taking it slow, and that is the way that you do Bubble Ghost, even though there is a timer. If it runs out, you don't die. It's just there for the points. And while points are important for this game, they're not the end-all to the game. However, the bubble still popped. 4 bubbles left. Good luck getting your bubble through the hole. You know, there were a lot of bubble-themed video games. I'm thinking, like, Bubble Bobble, we got Bubble Ghost, Bubble Trouble.
Haven't heard of that one.
You don't know Bubble Trouble?
No.
Let me see if I can find if this is the same one that I'm thinking of. Bubble... There was some weird game where you were like a scrub brush cleaning a sink. No, you were a bubble dodging scrub brushes. I think that was Bubble Trouble. No. Bubble Trouble was on the Atari Lynx. Never mind. Nope. I don't want to think about that one. There was Bubble Trouble, an Atari game that was sort of a side view cross-section of a sink, and I hate that bubble game. I don't like any game named Bubble Trouble. What's the one in the sink? Bubble Sink game. Bubbles. It was just Bubbles. I love Bubbles. Honestly, I think that is my favorite bubble-themed video game. But, like, bubbles are super easy to draw and make recognizable. Like, look, you've got a circle, and then you've got 2 reflections on this, and that is that. And yet, it looks really good. Yeah, everybody, if you've never played Bubbles for arcade/Atari, you've got to try it. It is a classic, absolute classic.
Jay hit close to improving his personal best.
Yeah, J-Hit. Oh, but I think J-Hit is a little bit too far. Oh, no! Oh, like, J-Hit, you're so close. You're so close. Meanwhile, Cupo trying to get through this star room. The pulsing star is very difficult to deal with. You just have to go a little bit slow and hopefully, not blow too early. It looks like Cupo might be getting through that room and will be contesting J-Hit in this hall number 12 here.
Yeah, Cupo and J-Hit on the same room, but J-Hit got there first.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Neitzel is so far ahead of everybody. And has made it back to the room again there. I have a hard time seeing anybody beating Neitzel at this point. But again, all they have to do is clear room number 12. And I think the rooms before Hall 17 are a little bit easier. So it's just 12 and then 17 that are the huge challenges here.
Yeah, that staircase at the end of room 12 is extremely precise.
Oh, yeah. The thing is, this game is all about temptation. When is it going to be best to move? Honestly, what you could potentially do if you very much wanted to is take a ruler and hold it up to your screen to see, line it up with the diagonal on the area below and then slide it up to the pixel of the top corner there. And then that would let you see how far your bubble can go before you have to blow on it. Blow on it like a pixel before it reaches your ruler, and you may be doing it just right. This is a very strange method that actually would work in this case. It's a strategy that you would have to develop on the fly. It looks like J-Hit doesn't need it, though. J-Hit got through.
J-Hit trying to puff up the developer does nothing, I think.
Well, if you put your face in a game, would you want people to blow on it? I don't know. Maybe. By the way, yeah, J-Hit is making a push, probably going to get through Hall 13 without too much trouble. It's a relatively easy hall compared to 12.
Not many lives left, though.
I mean, you can lose one more bubble. Technically, 0 is a bubble.
Yeah, 0 is a bubble.
I recognize that sound from Homestar Runner. I recognize that sound from video games. Okay, J-Hit. All you have to do, pay attention. Oh, no, don't accidentally rotate. That's one of the difficult things. If you're trying to rush, the blow button is the same as your rotate button, and that can cause some severe issues. J-Hit getting through the first laser, though. Very nice.
I hope J-Hit doesn't try to warp.
J-Hit trying to play with the TV. Just a TV. What you gonna do? Blowing on the TV. Can't change the channel. You're stuck in Bubble Ghost. Good TV, though.
Doesn't seem to be getting good reception, though.
It's in the catacombs, per what you read. I mean, look, if you want good reception on your TV, don't put it in the catacombs. J-Hit getting a game over. I think, honestly, we're getting to player's final attempt to make a new personal best. That was a very good effort for J-Hit, but is only good enough for second place. Neitzel still has first place pretty much locked.
Since this game has to be taken so slowly, it's going to be hard to make a good final push.
Mm-hmm. I love how much, like, technical discussion is going on in chat. I don't know what you're talking about anymore. Like, you lost me, chat. I don't know what an ARM is. Wait, that's an arm. Why are you talking about body parts? I know what an ARM is. That's like what you would say if you're talking to a child and for some reason you're not allowed to say arm around them. It's like, he hurt his ARM.
Hey, chat, is the Kusog7ande easier to program than the 6502, or am I full of crap about that one?
Don't ask these questions. I'm less than interested in the answer to that. Oh my gosh, Neitzel, that was pixel perfect right there. You can go ahead and answer that question, chat, but I know, Donkey Klonk, you're just trying to rub me the wrong way. I know how it is. Yeah, here, you know, watching Neitzel is really trying to rush. I don't think Neitzel knows that he is in the lead, and thus, he is trying to get back through these early levels to get to where he had made it before. And while I understand that, unfortunately, it also, when you rush in this game, you make errors and you pop.
Yeah, Neitzel also might have an eye on the timer. He might know there are only 4 minutes left.
Mm-hmm. That is it for Neitzel. Cupo may have run into the same problem.
This honestly has never happened before. Oh, except for J-Hit, but it...
Yeah, we had it happen twice today.
We had this on Kusog7ande before.
Yeah, we had this game a long time ago, and I've never seen, like, the times that I've seen this game, I've never seen it crash. We've had it crash twice now, but honestly, you know, welcome to old video games. It looks like Cupo is probably done.
Yeah,
with attempts there.
Yeah, even with extra time, 2 and 3 minutes is just not enough time for a run.
Well, not enough time to get into the lead, but possibly enough time to solidify a third, or probably not a second place, but a third place, you know? But I fully respect it. With that said, J-Hit, I do not think has enough time to really use to get back and pass Neitzel at this point. It's just, the levels take a while.
Yeah, but let's give him, J-Hit, the minute anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you, Kapow. With more registers, Z80 is definitely easier to program than the 3 registers you have to deal with on the 6502, especially since each register is limited in what it can do.
What are you even talking about now?
Assembly, as I've been talking about, because
By the way, it looks like Neitzel opted to try out one of the warps there.
actually, I said they can use the level select, which is in the game.
Oh, okay.
To train on levels. It of course doesn't count as progress, but they can check out levels.
Okay, well, cool. Yeah, that is definitely something
that
that
was
is
always
worth doing.
permitted.
Well, we will go ahead and let this keep going for another minute past the timer, just in case J-Hit manages to get some sort of win streak going off in this final minute.
We can still invite. Yeah, we can still invite Neitzel.
Yeah, I do not think there's going to be a chance for J-Hit to catch up. However, I still feel like granting the extra minute is worthwhile, you know, so that J-Hit can feel like, can see what he can do. And honestly, you know, there have been some very tight moves right here. Like, look at those dodges that J-Hit is able to do. If you really learn how to play this game, you can do amazing. Hello there, Neitzel, and congratulations. It looks like you are probably the winner. Yep. As a matter of fact, the extra time is up, and you have definitely taken the victory today.
Oof, that was intense. Really good game overall. Maybe the best C64 game that I've played in a while.
I like this game. Like, unironically, I think Bubble Ghost, it's very difficult.
Yeah, it's really, really hard. It's really, really intense. And you really have to stay focused constantly because everything is pixels precise.
Oh, yeah. Okay, Donkey Kong, I'm gonna have you tell the players how they did, but I think that all of them can go ahead and kick back and relax a little bit. It looks like our Thunder God at 28 enjoyed it. Thunder God appears to have lost today, taking fourth, but, you know, honestly, I don't think it really matters if you win or lose, as long as you get to experience something that you wouldn't have experienced before. And the biggest problem of this game, though, has to be the rotation.
Yeah. It needs a second button dedicated to that because every time you want to rotate, you actually start blowing. So you the best thing that I found was just to move away from the bubble and make my rotation very far away, just to make sure that I didn't mess up. During the final push, I tried to do it quicker, but it was. Yeah, it's really hard to compensate once you do something wrong in this game.
Yeah,
but
like it because you start panicking. I think it's part of the panicking thing, like because whenever you blow, you will not be slowing it down. It doesn't matter. It will be speeding things up, and speeding things up is never a good way to compensate for a mistake.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
This game definitely requires patience.
Now, there is a Game Boy game that, like, a lot of people have played and really enjoy, and that game has some boppin' music. Highly recommended to go listen to it. Like, the title music for this game on Commodore 64 is pretty good, but, oh, geez, the Game Boy music is pro, and I would say that, like, the Game Boy one is objectively good. I'm not exactly sure how it happened, though. It seems like another developer got the rights to make it. They saw the Commodore 64 game, and they were like, hey, let's go ahead and make a cuter Ghost and make the game. Yeah.
Plus, I imagine with the extra button, that must be way easier to control.
Oh, it has to be. I haven't actually played it myself, but it has to be much, much, much better. Yeah. Is there anything like that you especially liked about the game?
I like the concept. I mean, it's the kind of game. It actually reminded me of a game on the DS called Soul Bubble, which is kind of similar. You have to bring a bubble all around. I like the idea of blowing on stuff to activate them, but I thought that unfortunately it's not actually used that often. So, or maybe I missed some stuff, but it seems that apart from the, really
They
like
could
the
have leaned
trumpet,
into
it
that
was
a little
really,
more.
really good. But no, overall, I thought it was good. It's definitely one of the better games that I've played on Kusog7ande. So definitely in the top 3.
In that case, yeah, I think it's pretty much a perfect round 1 game. You know, it's got flaws, but it has a really cool idea, and it's overall pretty fascinating. Yeah, apparently the Game Boy version has auto-rotate, so that, like, as long as you are on the correct side of the bubble, you will blow in the correct direction.
Oh.
I can see that.
That's way easier.
I can see that being easier, but also possibly more frustrating if you're just barely in the wrong place, and then bam, you blow. Oops, it's going in the wrong direction.
Yeah, maybe. I'll definitely try it out at some point because, this game was really, really fun.
Well, good. Neitzel, I have to ask, do you have anything that you'd like to let people know about? Anything coming up that they should be aware of?
Nothing really on my side. The closest thing will be submitted some run for Big Bad Gameathon.
Yes.
And hopefully you'll have a little bit more of the debt.
Oh my gosh, you doing better gameplay?
Yeah, we're doing better gameplay with NPC Tenmiku, and I'm not sure if Muwa is joining or not, but hopefully they will. So, but yeah, it would be fun to redo a race again of the dead at Big Bad Gameathon, and apart from that, I'm not streaming, so that's it.
Okay, that's awesome. That's going to be a lot of fun. Thank you so much, Neitzel, for coming and joining. I'm ready to get Big Bad Gameathon submissions done, hopefully today or tomorrow after stream. So yeah, that will be a lot of fun. Please submit. They end tomorrow. Submissions end at the end of day tomorrow, or whenever anybody clicks the submissions are closed button after that. Thank you so much, Neitzel, and Donkey Clunk, thank you as well.
I should also mention that I actually tried to give out a game that was not Commodore 64, that was actually 3D, but it was too familiar a game.
Oh no! Well, welcome to how games work.
I'm sure other people will enjoy that game at some point.
Oh, for sure, yeah. All right, I'll catch you both next time. Yeah, take it easy. Take care.
See ya. Thanks
Bye.
for the game.
Well, everybody, I'm going to go ahead and run a quick ad. Grab some water, grab a beverage. I need to go wash my hands because I just had pizza and now there's pizza on them. So, see you in about a minute.